Hello YouTube fans, and as you see, I've got a little friend today, my dog Lucy. As I did Jaws 2 a couple of days ago, I figured why not do Jaws 3. But as we all know, it wasn't called Jaws 3, it was also called Jaws 3D. As you know, I've got my 3D TARDIS that goes with it. As you know, Roy Scheider was originally going to star in this, but he didn't want to be typecasted and instead did Blue Thunder. Pretty good film that, might review that one day. But instead we had Catherine Tate, another one of my favourite actors. You may remember did Dream Tape, which I did a few weeks ago. It's not a bad film, and all in all, it's pretty good. I do like the fact they put it in 3D, because in the early 80s, as we know, we had a lot of 3D gimmicks. We had the third Friday the 13th in 3D. We had Annabelle House of Horror, the third one, in 3D. So you could say the early 80s was pretty 3D gimmicks. A bit like nowadays in cinema where they did try to do the 3D gimmicks again. It's not a new thing as we go in the 50s. They did a lot of 3D films in that golden era as well. I don't like the fact it's different. You got, as you know, Sheriff Boulder, who's supposed to be Roy Scheider's son, who is now growing up, played by again my favourite actor, Catherine Tate. I like the fact you have two sharks in it, and sad to say the shark dies. It's more of a detective and they're trying to protect the animals, meaning the fish life. I like the fact that they've got a world called SeaWorld. Granted, some of the 3D gimmicks are now a little bit dated. You can definitely see it's 3D here, 3D there. And I do like the fact that people either wear blue or they wear red, what goes in the true 3D TARDIS. It kind of makes it interesting and slightly different than the other two Jaws films. And I tell you one thing, it's a lot better than Jaws the Revenge. Revenge, more like Jaws the Big Right Turd. Jaws 3 ain't a bad film, whether you want to call it Jaws 3D or Jaws 3. And I would have loved to have been back in that era to have seen that film in 3D. Can imagine on the big screen, on 3D. Fucking hell, that would have been amazing. I thought I did once see a film in 3D, and on the big screen, it was a magical experience for me. All in all, Jaws 3D is not a bad film, and they did originally do some slight cuts when it was on televised TV. As us now, you can see it in its uncut format. The famous scene where a guy gets eaten up by a great white shark, and other gory scenes. It definitely is a good film, and it's definitely a lot different than the other two Jaws films. It does have an expensive feel to it, and seeing it in SeaWorld, it's pretty awesome. You also have Junior, who is also a well-known actor, bald head, who would later star with Catherine Tate in another good film, that being Enemy Mine. But Jaws 3D is not a bad film. I do like the fact the shark is bigger than a house, and people that say it don't look real. I bit that over shitty CGI any fucking day. Different film, very different, very imaginative. The 3D gimmick in the early 80s was definitely popular. It was only one year after 3D was starting to die out. But oh no, I like Jaws 3D. I like, okay, people can argue about it when it goes for the window, you can see the gimmick. But I actually like it. It made it a different no. Sometimes different can be good, and other times different can be shit. But in this case, Jaws 3D definitely gets a 3D from me. And because I love Jaws 3D that much, I'm going to give it a big fopping 10-star rating. There are some 3D gimmicks here and there, and I think at the time they just wanted to make it different. And like I say, it's a lot better than Jaws the Revenge. I would say it was one of the last decent Jaws films to come out, and it was quite good to see it was different. Other than that, everyone, have a good one.